You're listening to the KATcast, a weekly podcast from the staff you love to listen to each weekday on 94.3 Cat Country. Killian Hart and Jordan J. Now, here they are, talking about life, love, and everything mid-Missouri.
And we're back again, and this idea for the KATcast we actually stole from the Kelsey brothers.
Stole might be a harsh term.
Okay.
Stole it.
They sparked the idea.
Yeah, there you go.
The Kelsey brothers
We're
did.
inspired by Jason and Travis.
By Jason and Travis. So what they came up with was their kind of hodgepodge customized cereals.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm a lover of cereal. I love breakfast any time of the day, but like cereal has a special place in my heart.
One of my favorite foods in the whole wide world,
It's
man.
so good.
Yeah.
It's hard to mess up. It's
not
cereal
just for
and
breakfast.
milk.
It's not just for breakfast. You can eat it any time.
I have cereal many times at night, like for a midnight snack. I'll have a bowl of cereal.
It's a snack, man.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what they did is they took their three favorite cereals, which was Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms,
Right.
and then Reese's Puffs, which I'm kind of like, that's the wild card right there. Because I was on board with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then the Lucky Charms, but then you threw in the chocolate and peanut butter with the cinnamon and the marshmallow. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is probably one of my favorite cereals of all time.
That's my mother-in-law's favorite.
Waffle
my mom's
Crisp
favorite
back
too.
in the day. I think they brought that back, but that's pretty good too.
Now, we saw a picture of the brothers holding boxes of cereal, the aforementioned, but there was also Jason's holding a box of Honey Nut Cheerios. And the only thing we can figure is that...
Hey, you got to backtrack a little bit because remember there was like that whole council that was going after them saying you're promoting children.
The only thing I can figure is that it was because of some complaints. Oh, you're encouraging children to
be
eat
unhealthy.
And it was like, dude, I ate this stuff when I grew up, and I was a perfectly healthy child, my brother and myself, so.
So I'm with Jason, throwing there a handful of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Also, when did it become a crime to be like, this is my favorite cereal? You're promoting unhealthy habits.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're the parent. You're the one that should be buying the cereal.
Who's in control?
Don't buy them cereal. You don't want them to have the sugary
Little
cereal.
Timmy's 4. He doesn't have an income yet.
Also, hate to burst your bubble out there if you're like that, but every cereal has about the exact same amount of sugar.
It's
healthy
true.
or not, it's like there's a universal standard.
I don't
when
care
it
if
comes to
they're
cereal.
eating Mueslix. Or what's that other one?
Honey Nut Cheerios, same sugar content as Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Coffee? What's it called? Coxie?
It's like, I know what you're talking about. Kashi. What's that cereal called? Kebab?
I'd like some kashi. You're not old enough, young man. Okay.
I always tease Hilly that, if he chooses grape nuts and then, he decides to throw milk and warm it up, that we're done. We're done as a morning show.
Oh, that's the oldest man, old man cereal ever.
It really is.
No.
Kevin's like, I want life cereal.
Now, see, I go back to the days, Aaron, you may, I'm not sure, but I go back to the days when they didn't hide the word sugar in cereals. It was in the name. Sugar Pops.
Sugar
Frosted
Snacks.
Flakes.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Then they changed, it's Honey Smacks. No, it's Sugar Smacks.
It's Sugar
You
Smacks.
just got rid of the word sugar. That's all.
Right. That's right. You still get that same rush from
Exactly.
Isn't honey pure sugar anyway? Isn't it pure glucose? It's true. They just hit it. They're like, take the word sugar out, but still mean the same thing. Honey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The only thing that stinks is since I developed the whole wheat allergy thing.
Yeah.
I can't eat all the cereals I grew up with.
Shredded wheat, frosted shredded wheats.
My mom loves those.
I love those little biscuits. I don't like them in milk, but I'll eat them just like the raw biscuits.
We were a Golden Grams, Honey
Golden
Crisp.
Grams are really good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those were like or honeycombs. Sorry, honeycombs. Those were like our cereals. We loved those. And then my mom would buy Rice Krispies. She would say, because it's a healthier alternative. No, because we'd make Rice Krispie treats. We did nothing super healthy in our household.
See, my mom did that too. She'd be like, try the Rice Krispies, and it's like 0 sugar added. but then it would promote me to then go to the counter of our granulated sugar. And and then all of a sudden I'm like, how many scoops? 2 cups of sugar in my cereal should be good, right?
Well, and then, as an adult, they came up, as an adult for me, it was like the early 2000s. They came up with Rice Krispie Treats cereal.
Oh, right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Which is weird. That's like crossing the stream somehow.
No,
I don't know.
because, they weren't gooey. They were like kind of hard, but they were delicious. And I remember just being an adult now. I'm finally in my own place and everything. And I'm like, well, I can buy these if I want. I don't have to buy just the plain Rice Krispies. Mom's not here to tell me that it's not healthy. Here we go.
You know, fun fact, by the way, too, on Rice Krispies, you know, like you ever tried to make Rice Krispies and they just don't quite taste the same as like the individually wrapped Rice Krispies?
Oh, sure.
It's because they don't announce this, but they use their frosted Rice Krispies to make the Rice Krispie treats.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's not regular Rice Krispies?
It's not regular Rice Krispies.
It's the sugared up version.
Frosted Rice Krispies. Use the frosted Rice Krispies.
I feel betrayed.
Use the frosted Rice Krispies in your Rice Krispie recipe when you if you make your own homemade, and I promise you they will taste just like the ones that are individually wrapped.
That is
the frosted Rice Krispies.
And pro tip, if you want to make your Rice Krispie treats even better, throw in a couple big old tablespoons of peanut butter.
Okay.
Game changer.
All right, what's your monstrosity
let me tell before I do that, let me tell you, I think maybe my favorite cereal story of all time. Aaron, I may have told you this.
Okay.
Honey Bunches of Oats?
Yes.
Okay.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
Let me just say
not
it
a
ahead of
sponsor.
time.
That's not my pet name.
Delicious.
Oh, yes.
Love Honey Bunches, the crunch and everything. Okay. After having Honey Bunches of Oats, I guess it was for the first time. I might have had it before. I don't remember. But anyway, it did terrible things to me.
Unspeakable things.
Unspeakable things. Okay. And it was kind of like my wife was like, "Are you okay in there?" Yeah. And then we figured, okay, it must have been the Honey Bunches of Oats. Okay. We go to the store again. My favorite aisle in the store, cereal aisle. There's Honey Bunches of Oats. And my wife says, she goes, "You going to get?" I go, "I want to get this." She goes, "You know what happened last time?" I go, no, it was a fluke or something. It's okay. I get Honey Bunches of Oats. I eat it again. Guess what happened? Oh!
That's just it. He comes in and he told me the initial story.
Yes.
And then he was like, well, you know, he just mentions it's like on a Monday. Yeah, we went to the store over the weekend and I got Honey Bunches of Oats. And I go, "You fool. Again?"
Okay.
Do you remember what happened? Because I do, and I wasn't even there.
That was the next time we go into the store, there's Honey Bunches of Oats staring at me. And my wife, she goes, "Okay, if you get that again, I'm not going to feel bad for you." I go, "I won't get it." And I just wept as I walked past the Honey Bunches of Oats staring at me.
It's like Pavlov's dog, only you've learned nothing.
I thought we had a good thing going.
As the box is peeling, and then all of a sudden it falls down, and it's like, oh, actually, it's colon blow, 5,000% of your fiber daily.
So I don't know. Obviously, that was my reaction to it. I know a lot of people enjoy Honey Bunches of Oats. I would love to, but it and my body just don't
mix.
We don't mix.
Well, Fiber One bars, and I have that in common with you and your Honey Bunches of Oats. But what I asked Kevin and Jordan today is, if you were like a Kelsey brother, if you were a long lost Kelsey brother, and you were developing your own cereal, what would you blend together?
Are we going to take like 2 cereals, I guess, or does it matter?
2, 3, whatever.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2.
Okay.
I think it might go well together. Rice Krispies, just regular Rice Krispies.
Plain, okay.
And Cocoa Puffs.
I feel like the consistency of those would go together.
And the chocolatey sort of.
And I
don't mean chocolate Rice Krispies. I know they
regular
have that.
Rice Krispies?
It would cut the sweet a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it'd be good.
I love Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah,
But then
big puffs
those
and you get
Cocoa
your little,
Krispies will make the milk chocolatey, and then all of a sudden you got Rice Krispies and some chocolate milk.
By the way, as an aside, isn't like cereal milk amazing?
Oh, it is.
You know, after you're done, you're
you drink that?
happy memories.
Honestly, it kind of grosses me out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's like, who would have thought that milk
they tried to market
tastes
that
better
for a
with
while.
sugar in it?
They tried to market the cereal milk, and it's not the same. It's got to sit in the bowl.
They have whey protein that's like that, like the flavor is cereal milk, you know? So it's like.
So, as a kid, I played basketball, and it was crazy. I mean, like when you play sports as a kid, your metabolism's crazy fast.
Oh, yeah.
I was like a hilly. It was insane. But, you know, so I would eat a bowl of cereal, and if there was milk left over, I'd be like, ew, no, I don't want to drink that. I'd just add more cereal and keeping size out of milk.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably where my weight gain started as a kid, because once I quit sports, all of a sudden it was like, boom,
I am
Mayor,
a
30 pounds.
huge fan of Crunch. I like Crunch to my cereal. Matter of fact, I normally I eat my cereal so fast because I don't like when it gets soggy. I'm not a huge soggy cereal guy. So
Yeah.
I eat it quick. That's why I love Lucky Charms. I'd rather just have the marshmallows out of Lucky Charms.
Oh, see, now just the marshmallows by themselves, and I love Lucky Charms too.
It's
but
to me because eventually you just get to where it's just the cereal, and you if you just had the Lucky Charms cereal without the marshmallows, it's not great. I mean, you're kind of just like, this is just bland,
Right.
crisp. What is it, right? It's
my pal Tony Scott in Ireland. We've had him on the air a couple of times. I sent him a box of Lucky Charms once, and he tried it. He goes, "This is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't Irish."
Yeah.
He goes, "What are those little things though? Those little foam things?" I go,
those are marshmallows.
"Those are the marshmallows." He goes, "Those aren't marshmallows.
They're freeze dried."
Tell them those are
Wimpy
tears of
marshmallows.
joy is what they are.
They're little styrofoam something or others."
To be fair, that's kind of what they are, aren't they? It's I didn't realize I was eating packing peanuts. Right?
Okay, so Hilly's going with Cocoa Puffs and regular Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Jordan, what are you going with?
Okay, for me, like I said, I'm super fan of the Crunch. I really enjoy Raisin Bran Crunch. I know that's an old man cereal.
My wife just brought some home from the
Honorary
store
old man.
yesterday.
It's like,
Love
do you
Raisin
want
Bran
some
Crunch.
prune juice? You know,
It's great stuff, man. I don't care.
But Raisin Bran Crunch. I'm not a huge fan of regular Raisin Bran because you got to add your own sugar to that. And again, as a kid, I was like, 2 cups should do it, right?
Right.
I'd have where my milk was solid. You took the bowl up and you're like,
It's not coming out.
It was like a salt killer.
Surprised I don't have diabetes, but as a kid, it's just But yeah,
He's
so
like Lot and his wife leaving. There's a don't look behind, don't look,
So I think I would just do a hodgepodge of super crunchy cereal. I'm Raisin Bran Crunch, probably Honey Bunches of O's, which is super crunchy, right?
Man.
It's super crunchy.
Hey, Kevin, come on over and try this mixture I made.
There's a cereal called O's, but they look like a giant Cheerio, and they have granola in the middle of them, and they're super crunchy. They're so good. So I would just probably honestly combine a whole bunch of the crunchiest cereal. That way it's hey, milk's been on it for 30 minutes, and it's still crunchy.
And it's still solid.
Okay, since I have to bypass
Aaron's mix.
Yeah, since I have to bypass the wheat.
Yes.
There's about 2 cereals I stick with, and it's the line of Cheerios, and then Rice Chex and Corn Chex. Don't do the wheat Chex.
Chex are
obviously.
good, though.
Yeah. Oh,
Chex
they
are
are
very
and
good.
they've come a long way. They've got a ton of flavors, just like they have a ton of flavors of Cheerios.
Yes.
But I am a huge fan of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios are so good.
So I would do Honey Nut Cheerios and Cinnamon Chex.
Oh, those would be good. Honey Nut Cheerios again.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It would taste like
great
some
stuff.
type of baked good, maybe like a coffee cake or something.
Apple Cinnamon Cheerios, by the way.
Those are good.
Fantastic.
Have you ever had the pumpkin spice ones? Not to be that girl.
I
Well, I'm
haven't.
going to be that girl.
I haven't. I've had the lemon, frosted ones, and those are a little strange.
Those are a little weird. But
It's only
the
July. No pumpkin spice.
ones, they're actually really good because they're real heavy on the kind of nutmeggy, slight clove, cinnamony goodness of a pumpkin pie.
Nutmeg. Wasn't she one of the Spice Girls?
No. only somebody your age would think that, Hilly.
My cousin Rich.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin Rich in New Jersey. He had for the longest time. We grew up he's like I say, my brother from another mother. Okay, we spent so many years together as kids.
Yeah.
And I sat there with him eating cereal. Except he eats cereal in the weirdest way. He'll have a glass of milk there, and he'll have dry cereal in the bowl, and he'll take the spoon, and then he'll take a drink of milk with it.
Again.
He doesn't want it to get soggy in the bowl.
Exactly.
So
I guarantee you, he likes the crunch of the cereal.
It in his mouth that way.
That's how my mom is. She'll get the mini shredded wheat, the frosted shredded wheat, and she'll take a couple, pop them in her mouth, and drink some milk.
See, that's the only way I can. I love those frosted mini wheat biscuit things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are great. But again, not in milk. It changes it. It goes from really crunchy to then you almost have
Kinda
a bowl of
soggy.
cream.
Floating.
I don't want cream of wheat.
It's like you're eating tiny pillows all of a sudden.
Yeah. No,
and don't you
I'm
feel
with
kind of
you.
ripped off when you do get one and there's hardly any icing on it?
Yes.
You're like,
I know. You said you turn it over and
You
you're like,
lied. You
it
said it was
missed.
frosted
The
meat. Yeah.
machine missed spraying this
that's
week.
right.
Did your mom ever try to fool you by buying the store brand
Off-brand?
cereal
Oh, yeah.
and then pour it into the brand box?
Marshmallow mateys.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think they're
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. Did your mom ever do that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm
100%.
talking about?
But
you save the one brand box.
It makes you wonder, though. You think it is? You think it actually is? They're just like, oh, those are the ones that are kind of a little weird. They kind of look like anchors. Man, let's go ahead and make it their own thing.
Who's gonna know?
Marshmaties,
Right.
okay?
Marshmallow mateys.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you had both back to back, can you honestly tell the
There's a
difference?
part of me-
They both tasted about
To
the same.
me, the off-brand cereals you would like, I think, because they're a little more crunchy.
They
The
are.
Aldi,
They
the
are.
Aldi brand of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is exactly the same.
Oh, yeah, the
I
Mil- the
think it comes
Millville,
off the
whatever
same-
it is.
I think it comes off the same conveyor belt. I really do.
I'm telling you, I guarantee you it's made in the same factory. I guarantee you. They're just like, let's call it something different. They will never know.
Yeah, they
Probably.
can't call it Honey Nut Cheerios, so they call it like Honey O's
Honey
or something
O's,
like that.
yeah.
Well, you know,
But it's the same color on the box, everything. I mean,
yeah.
the branding is amazing.
well, you know, for a while, like we kind of went through the whole Apple Jacks phase for a while. You remember Apple
Oh,
Jacks,
yeah.
right?
Apple Jacks,
And I
yeah.
can't remember what the off-brand was, but you know, it came in the bag, and I think Malto Meal made it. You know,
Malto Meal. I'm sorry, the name Malto Meal just sounds gross.
My dad loved
I
Malto
grew
Meal.
up
It
on
might be
Malto
Like
Meal.
the bowl of wheat,
I've
like the
never
cream
had
of
it,
wheat or
like-
whatever, that Malto Meal.
Malto Meal was delicious.
Yeah. I see it
the
all the
name.
time.
They need to come up with a better name. Malto Meal.
Dude,
It
Just
was
makes it.
But when you can buy a bag, and I kid you not, like a ginormous bag of Colossal Berry Crunch,
Right.
which, by the way, is just an off-brand
Yeah.
of cinnamon, or not Cinnamon Toast Crunch, of Captain Crunch
Right.
Crunch Berry.
Crunch berries, yeah.
Okay, see, and you're probably
And
be
Captain
shocked.
Crunch is probably one of my cereals that I add to
love
my bowl,
Captain
by the
Crunch,
way.
but That's the only thing I like. I don't like Crunch Berries. I like
Yeah.
just plain
Plain.
old Captain
See,
Crunch.
and
I'm a traditionalist like that.
So Captain Crunch is another, like, one of my top three. Like
That's so
Cinnamon
good.
Toast
Yeah.
Crunch, Captain Crunch, and probably like Raisin Bran Crunch are my, like,
Yeah.
that's like my, God tier cereals, right? But I will say this. Everyone that I talk to that talks about Captain Crunch says that it messes up the roof of their mouth. That has not one time happened to
That's
me.
never happened to me
That's
either.
not-
You mean like it scrapes?
Like
their-
it's straight,
Yeah.
like,
Nah,
here's the roof of
yeah.
my mouth.
You're doing
I go,
something
I know,
wrong.
I'm like, are you eating it wrong?
What
Because
are
it's
you-
never once happened to me. I've never
once.
had. It's
It's
like,
not sandpaper. I mean,
it's like, how do you eat?
Exactly.
Use your teeth to chew the
What are you
food.
trying to gum it? Or, I mean, what are you doing? You know?
I love Captain Crunch.
Oh, it's good stuff,
I'm with
man.
you though. I don't know though. I think the Crunch berries might be a little bit better.
Nah,
I do
don't.
like. I used to love the peanut butter crunch,
Oh yeah, that was good.
but since I've gotten older, it's not as good. Either they changed the recipe on us, or I just grew out of that taste.
Okay. Let me throw this one at you. Okay, since I've gotten older, Count Chocula doesn't taste the same.
It doesn't. It
And
does not
neither
taste the
does
same.
Frankenberry.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I love Count Chocolate because there's just like a chocolate,
Oh,
whatever,
Mom would always
Lucky
buy those
Charms.
around Halloween.
Again,
Yeah.
here's an old man moment for you. Jordan, I know you're not going to remember this. Aaron, you may. Do you remember there were two cereals, Quisp and Quake? And they were like competitors. Quisp was like an alien, like flew around. Hey, yo! And Quake was like a miner. He had a hat on for earthquake power. And well, hey, I'm Quisp and fly by myself. And they were always competing against each other to.
So
Does that ring a bell at
Here's
all?
a peek behind the curtain. Hilly likes to pretend we're about in the same age bracket.
I got 20 years.
Was it
Yeah,
the same
I'm
company that made the cereal? But it was
Quaker.
like a
Quaker.
marketing. It was
Yeah.
Quaker.
I-
Yeah.
Quisp and Quake.
I honestly do not remember that.
Okay, there's Quisp and there's Quake right there. Those are the two cereals. So
Okay. Oh no, I honestly don't remember that. But what were the Quaker Crunchios? Do you remember those?
I kind of do. Yeah.
Quaker, yeah.
Those were good.
What was that little
Because
crunchy?
they were kind of brown, sugary.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
love those things.
Yeah, it was like
what,
a cookie.
What are they called?
Oh, wait, what can I think of?
Quaker. Oh,
I can't remember. It was like Crunchios or
Something like that,
Quakeros or I don't.
I just love
well,
that.
I'm thinking they were little squares. The ones that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're
They did
squares.
that too. They did that too.
Oh, I cannot think of the name, but those are delicious.
I
Were
can't,
they
now,
Quaker
now I can't
squares?
get out of my brain those little Quaker. You know what I'm
Quakers.
talking about? Those rice cakes. Those things are so good.
As soon
Oh,
as
yeah.
Like the
as soon as-
cheese ones, the caramel ones. They don't.
Oh, the caramel.
As soon as
Forget
we're
it.
done the podcast, I'm going to remember the name of those.
Yeah, oh,
so
for sure.
if
You
you
probably
see
will.
the picture of it on here, it means I remembered it after the podcast, okay? So there you go.
Or even better, you can leave a comment there and be like,
Yeah.
"It was the
Too much work.
shocker, shocker." Okay, well, as Cat Country, as the KATcast, if we were to come up with one cereal to represent all of us, what would it be?
What do you mean, like what would it have? Or
Yeah, what would
be-
it have in it?
What would your contribution be? We have three. There's three people here, so we'll
Yeah.
each add a cereal. We'll make it the Cat Country cereal.
Okay.
Don't choose your Mueslix or whatever.
I don't eat muesli. Even again, it sounds like so European.
He's like, I want Raisin Bran Crunch, except without raisins or prunes.
Well, it's like you're getting ready to go on your big European excursion. So I thought maybe you were
I'm looking
boning up
forward
on
to
what
having
you should
cereal there. I want to see what cereals they have.
I'm sure they have some stuff kind of like ours.
They do.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, okay. Jordan's like, see, he's been there, he knows.
The candy is great.
Oh, I can't wait.
You got to bring me
England,
back.
Ireland, and France. Okay. I'm going to go with caramel. It has to have some kind of caramel in it.
What cereal is that?
Well, I thought we were making up one.
No, we're like, you take your...
Did I not understand the
concept is lost on
Is there a cereal that has caramel? Let's think about this. I don't even know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, so
gotta
you're
be a
talking about
cereal.
an existing cereal.
Yeah, and a cereal
Yes.
that exists.
that all of us.
The Kelsey brothers didn't make Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Listen,
and Lucky
I'm not understanding
Charms
what you
and
want from me.
Reese's
we
Puffs.
have a big,
They
giant,
were three
imaginary bowl.
existing
Yes.
cereals, and then you put them together
Which
to make
cereal
one.
are you dumping into the bowl?
Got it. Thank you. Okay. Now I get it.
That hard. It's not that hard.
I'm going to go with Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay.
I am going to go with Plain Jane Captain Crunch. I think I'm going to do the Captain Crunch with the Honey Nut Cheerios. Extra crispy and crunchy.
And if I was able to eat this cereal, I'm
Yes.
throwing in Captain Crunch. Old school Captain Crunch.
Old school
Well,
Captain
wait,
Crunch.
what did you
Wait,
say?
that's what I just said. I just said old school.
Did you
Captain
say that?
Crunch.
Yeah.
Good grief,
Yeah.
did I just...
Are you here, Aaron?
I might have had a mini stroke.
Oh, my gosh.
says the guy who said, I don't understand the
I
concept.
didn't. I was being honest. I didn't
I
understand
don't
the project.
understand.
So,
Golden Grams.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Golden Grams are good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, but you can't eat Golden Grams, right?
Well, no, I said if this
yeah,
was
but
one
you
of that
can't.
I
Okay.
could, yeah.
You know what? We might have to try this just to put them all together, see what it comes out.
I bet you be good.
I would have been a drill up for that.
Okay.
Delicious.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I will bring in a small box of. Actually, we have Honey Nut Cheerios at home, so I'll bring some in a little bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, if he says he's going to bring a small box, he's going to get like one of those individual boxes.
Oh, I love
It's
those.
enough for all of us, guys.
Okay, you got to do the same, Jordan? You gonna
I
bring
mean,
something in?
I could go to the store and just buy a box.
Oh,
you know?
don't.
Why not?
Because you got to spend money on that.
It's a couple of dollars. It's cereal.
Whatever.
Well, it'd be about $7.
It's to solidify our friendship, Hilly. What is wrong with spending a couple of
my
bucks?
suggestion is going to be free because I already have Honey Nut Cheerios at home.
So, no,
Wow.
great.
So that's
great.
why he came up with this.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
what do I have
yeah.
in my cabinet
Yeah,
at home?
it's not
Great.
why.
It's going to take away that. There's like, oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to the crunch of the delicious. They're stale, Kevin.
Probably.
No, they're in one of those plastic keepers, so
Oh,
they're
it
all...
says Best Buy, October 30th, 2002. Okay. Yeah, I've had these a second heaven.
I like this, though.
Well, we'll have
I'd
to
be
put this
down.
together and see what it comes up with.
Maybe
So-
on the next podcast, we'll just eat her
What we'll
concoction.
do?
Yeah.
Well, we could make a part 2 of the podcast. You know, of the results with this, and talk more cereal if we wanted.
Cereal's good. I could talk about that.
I probably
all day.
could too. There's stuff I haven't even hit on here yet. So, okay.
You do realize, like, our best podcasts so far have been booze and cereal.
Yeah.
What's that tell you about, about our audience?
Listen,
just
you know-
saying, hey, we're just like you. It's okay.
Food and drink brings the masses.
It's
That's
true,
all I'm
man.
saying.
Well, and I was
it's
going to
very
say, and
true.
Kevin, you know, I know that you always say that you're not a big drinker, but
I'm
there
not.
are boozy milkshakes.
That wouldn't
Next
appeal to
level
me.
amazing.
That sounds pretty good.
Jordan's in. I
Yeah.
know Jordan's in with me.
Sounds
right.
a little delicious.
There you
It
go.
is good.
Well, hey, what's your favorite cereal? What would you put in the mix?
Yes.
Let us know. catcountry@mailzimmer.com. Look forward to hearing what you have to say. And that's our little chat about cereal today on the Cat Country KATcast.
You've been listening to the KATcast, your weekly dose of fun from the staff you know and love on 94.3 Cat Country. Click subscribe and never miss an episode. Share it on social media and tell your friends with 94.3 Cat Country.